Oh, Papa,
Yeah?
I want an electric car.
Why the crap would you want one of those?
Because the globalists said that we're destroying the ice caps, and pretty soon our children won't even know what snow is.
Boy, that's about the dumbest thing I ever heard. Who would ever believe that? Not the Ninja. Hey everybody, Economic Ninja here. The electric car, is dead. It's over. It's in the news. So now you know it's true. Thank heavens all the talking voices, all the talking heads in my head are telling me that the electric car is dead. Talk about the dumbest thing in the world. The only thing electricity should be used for is a blender and Milwaukee tools. Man, I love those tools. But we're gonna talk about the electric vehicles. We're gonna talk about two stories, one out of CNBC, the mainstream, and then one out of Zero Head, the non-mainstream. Congress, they not like that place. We're gonna talk about Porsche too, because their stock just spiked 10% because of not because of their earnings, right? What real investors should be looking at, just because of an announcement they made, okay? But first we're gonna go through mainstream, CNBC. It's entitled EV Euphoria is Dead. Automakers are scaling back or delaying their electric vehicle plans. Good job, Elon Musk. Do you remember when we started covering what Musk was doing with Tesla? It was really nice because he warned everybody about 2 Novembers ago, car market's imploding, we're in trouble, get ready for auto apocalypse. And I started reporting on him, like, get ready for this, it's gonna flip. And people laughed because all they saw was these prices going up, and then Tesla's like, price cut, price cut, price cut, price cut. I even remember a buddy of mine calling me, goes, dang, Elon Musk has destroyed the value of my car. I'm like, no, you destroyed it the second you bought it. Because usually you go buy a vehicle and then you drive it off the lot and they're like, you're broke because the price just went down. But because of something called the inflation, which people rarely know about because the Fed likes to steal from you just 2% a year. Just 2% is what we want. And it picked up way past 2%. People started waking up. And all of a sudden car prices were going up higher? That's nuts. And people couldn't wait. So now the EV euphoria is dead. See, all of the billionaires invested in the centimillionaires invested in all this technology and then sold you on the lie, like snow's gonna be gone by the time, well, by now, that's what Al Gore says. And now it's done. So check this out. It says automakers are scaling back or delaying their electric vehicle plans because they're losing their butts. It says for years, the automotive industry has been in a state of EV euphoria. Automakers trotted out optimistic sales forecasts for electric models and announced ambitious targets for EV growth. Wall Street boosted valuations for legacy automakers and startups entrants alike. Based on entrance. Can't even read. It's a little hard when there's all this stuff, commotion going on. People are staring at you going, what's that dude looking into his phone for? In a busy parking lot. Now the hype is dwindling and companies are again cheering customer choice. Automakers like Ford Motor, General Motors, and Mercedes-Benz, and Volkswagen, Jaguar, Land Rover, and Aston Martin are now scaling back or delaying their electric vehicle plans. Get ready for the Porsche announcement. Now the hype is dwindling. Okay, even the EV US leader Tesla, which is estimated to have accounted for 55% of EV sales in the country in 2023, is now bracing for what may be notably lower rate. I skipped that part. Just fill in what you think is going to happen. Okay, so CNBC's all telling us it's over. You know the hype, the electric car hype. We pulled the plug on that one. Like that? All right, now check this out. Here, this story, very interesting, out of Zero Hedge. Porsche, and I just always want to say Porsche. I'm just used to saying Porsche, but you're supposed to say Porsche. That's the way you're supposed to say it. Stock spikes 10% despite profit warning, ready for shift away from EVs. It says, in yet another endless sign, our markets are completely broken and unredeemable. Porsche stock was up 10% on Tuesday despite the company warning about its profit this year. So now think about where our market is. You're like, Ninja, stock market's up, all-time highs. We should be buying stocks. No, they lost their mind. And the day that the people find out, the majority, and they find out they're bag holders, you wait to watch what happens. Okay, here we go. Porsche reported a 7.7% increase in sales revenue for 2023. reaching 40.53 billion euros, with its operating profit climbing by 7.6% to 7.28 billion euros. But it also announced a predicted dip in profitability for 2024 due to new model launches and challenging economic conditions, despite raising its dividend a profitable 2023. The luxury car maker anticipates operating profit margin between 15 and 17%, a decrease from 18% seen in the past 2 years, aiming for a long-term goal of about 20. The company said that the forecast reflected the impact of product range updates, global economic factors, higher depreciation costs, and ongoing investments. The company plans to introduce new versions of the Panamera, Macan, Taycan, blah, 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 blah. Sorry. The report said the company is preparing to steer investments back to combustion engine cars. Wait a minute, hold on, stand by. You mean the way cars are supposed to be with the muffler? When they make a sound vroom and it isn't an electronic chipmunk inside? That's right. That's how cars are supposed to be. You know, all them globalists have been telling us forever. We need to start taking the bus while they take their fancy jets to Dubai and to some place in the Alps. And a lot of people bought it. A lot of people. I was talking to a salesman once about EV sales because Mrs. Ninja did the math one day, taking into account the electricity costs, when we had to charge our car, and what kind of savings compared to gas. And she's real big on spreadsheets. There's paper flying everywhere. And she goes, you gotta be kidding me. Like, we would barely save money. And when you take into account the cost of the car, the interest rate at the time stuff, she goes, it's a losing proposition. And this car salesman said, he goes, you know, it's funny how many people don't think about all that. They just go buy the car. Hey, look, I got myself a tax credit. And then they go plug it in, and then they hear this cheering out in the background. They're like, what's that? Is there a party out back? They go outside, they can hear this faint cheering. And what it was is the CEOs of the electrical company. They're out there just super stoked. Another one. And they don't think about how much money is going in to electricity until it's too late. Now they're buying a solar system and they're figuring out, oh crap, that thing don't pay itself back for at least 8 years. Point being is this. We saw a massive, not really a massive, but a big increase in government spending towards hydrogen vehicles during the Bush era. Type 1 if everyone remembers that. It was a big deal. The government put all this money in. But what people don't realize is all them government contractors, they're in cahoots with the government, and they all invested ahead of time, got all excited, made a bunch of money, and then all of a sudden it was gone. Well, now that's where we are, electric vehicles. Pretty soon there's gonna be a bunch of news out there like, well, what are we gonna do with all these batteries? Oh wait, it's actually worse for the environment. It's almost like the electric car has a really big, I'm trying to keep it clean, carbon footprint. Things are changing and they're changing fast. But you know what I'm really excited about? The auto apocalypse. And that is already started. I went by a Toyota dealership the other day and they didn't even have time. They wrote in big letters, like in lipstick, $9,000 under MSRP. And I'm like, oh, I gotta go back and do a story in front of that. You couldn't even get shoe polish. You used like lipstick. Are you that desperate for sales? Like, put it on, $9 grand under. Next couple of years is gonna be an exciting time to be an auto flipper, salesman, all that kind of stuff. I love cars and I want to buy lots of them. I'm going to buy a Ford GTO. No, sorry, Ford GT40. I'm buying a Lamborghini. I'm buying a 69 Camaro. I'm buying a Shelby Cobra. I don't like Ferrari anymore because they're stuck up snobs. That's my list. Put your list down below. Hope you got something out of this. The Economic Ninja. Really need some caffeine. I'm about to fall asleep. See you guys.